Hello, welcome back to the strategy room. How's it going on your neck of the woods? Good? I'm hearing good. But on this end, it's May and it feels like summer, but I'm not complaining. I'm still happy to be living in the paradise. Well, have you seen the thumbnail? Yeah? It asks the question, are there any octopuses in your life? Do you have any octopus in your life? No? You don't know what I'm talking about? Okay, let me tell you a little bit about the octopus. The octopus has one head and 8 tentacles. Now, the head, of course, is the brain of the operation. The whole end game for the octopus is to get food by any means to survive. The tentacles, of course, has far reaches, and they have like what? 3 major functions. One is to gather sensory information. That means sends its tentacle out to sense whether there's a prey around, whether it's edible or not, poisonous, dangerous, however, to sense, to scope the land, right? To see whether or not that food that they sense is edible, whether it's dangerous or ready for eating, right? The second thing it does is it grabs the food. When it identifies that it's edible, it grabs the food. And thirdly, it takes the food, use the hand to feed its tentacles or hands, whatever you want to call it, to feed itself, right? Now, you asking me, so what does this have to do with the thumbnail? And you're still not clear as to what I mean when I ask if there's an octopus in your life? Well, let me make it a little bit clearer to you. An octopus, like I said, main goal is to find food and survive. Okay, now when I refer to the octopuses in your life, I'm talking about those persons who have their tentacles in all areas of your life. Okay, and they have one head but a million tentacles, and in their head their main goal is to find ways to get into your life and use you to their benefit. That's their primary goals by any means necessary, right? So they may have their tentacles in your finances, your relationships, your business, your career, or your health, right? So now, is it becoming a little clearer to you? I hope it is. So let's dive in a little bit deeper. Okay, so the 3 main things that they do. They gather sensory information. Now, these people, the octopus, I failed to mention, hunts in the night when their prey is sleeping. So these people, they watch you when you are unaware. And being unaware is a type of sleep. We could agree, yeah? So when you're sleeping unawares, they're watching you. They're watching your movement. They want to see what you're all about. What are your weak points, your strong points, before they move in for the kill, right? And so while you're sleeping, minding your own business, they're gathering information on you. And interestingly enough, they don't get that information from other people, 90% of the time, they get it from you. Because you're sleeping, you're just doing things unconsciously and they're just taking notes, right? Now, the second thing they do is they grasp you. Once they understand you, they know those pain points, they lure you and they take their tentacles and put it around you. And slowly but surely, the tentacles become a little bit tighter and tighter and tighter until they have a grip on you, okay? And once they have a grip on you, it is hard for you to wiggle out because they subtly get inside there, right? Third thing, they feed on you, okay? How do they feed on you? They take full control of your life because once they have you in their grasp, you cannot come out. And what they do before, they use the tentacles to take the food and put it in their mouth before they use you for nourishment and to their benefit. They control their life and then they use you to their benefit as a little slave. They become your master, okay? And what do? They take you in their tentacles, in their grasp, and then they spew toxins inside of you. Okay, toxins can be their ideology or the way they think, and they colonize you with the way they think or how they want you to move, and then you become a slave. And before you know it, they have you completely under control. And so what they do, they suck you dry. Whatever they want, you have to give them. You are at their beck and call. So let me ask you the question again. Is there an octopus in your life? Now, the sad thing about it is, it's not just relegated to friends and people in the workplace. It can also be a family member. So that is scary, right? So how do you deal with an octopus? How do you handle that? You know what you do? You chop the tentacles off, because if in real life, not metaphorically, if you chop off the tentacles of an octopus, it doesn't grow back. It does not grow back. So you need to chop off the tentacles of that octopus, and then boom, cut them off cold, short. Now, if that's a family member, maybe what you need to do before you cut them off completely is just start saying no. Now, what's the worst that can happen if you say no? They'll call you names or they'll try to make you feel guilty, but hold your ground, because all the while they were sucking you dry with your finances, getting into your relationship and all your business. They didn't think about you, right? So you have to think about yourself. You have to chop them off, or you can either say no. Now, my advice to you is to be alert. Don't sleep. Be alert so you can recognize those octopuses when they're coming in your direction. Quick story, real story. I had a friend. This boy really wanted to get into her life to control her because he put out his senses, and he realized that she was a person who loved things, nice things, right? But could not afford it. So what he did, he went out of his way to make sure she got those things. He wooed her, pulled her in, and then when she was set, then he said to her, you know, I just want to see you every day. And what happened? He isolated her because we rarely saw her. And then his car stopped working, miraculously stopped working. So he took full control of her car. So that meant he had control of where she went, how long she was there, etc. And it was so much for her. She became so, she was so nervous all the time, so anxious, because people like that can be very suffocating and draining and tiresome. And so she wanted to get away. So she found a way back to us. And of course, I did tell her what to do. It wasn't easy in the beginning, but she got it done. She chopped him off. So the thing is, so you wouldn't have to go through all that hardship of trying to get rid of those people. Try not to let them in the first place. Okay? So I hope that helps you. I hope it helps you. So remember, your word is king. So until I see you again, see you later. Bye-bye.